I'm just kidding. Could you imagine? I'm actually not that insane or desperate for views right now. But I thought I'd hop on here, kind of share about a little bit about what's going on with the Minneapolis shit, which I fucking absolutely cannot stand. Talk about my experience with dangerous shit in Detroit, and talk about, you know, some training that the prepared individual can do to avoid the absolutely craziest dumb shit. Jesus, you handsome motherfucker, welcome to my live of me driving. Not particularly the most engaging, you know, shit, but I figure that, you know, it gives me, it's a longer drive that I had, so I just figured I'd hop on here, kind of talk. How you doing, my man? I miss doing lives, dude, I really do. I feel like there's something so special about getting to hang out and talk with the boys. With the boys, it's the greatest. If you're not a fan of the boys, you'll never understand. Yeah, I'm just coming back from the fucking range right now. I actually, me and the chief instructor at 2 Vets were running the OTG SWAT drill. It's just like a course of fire, you know, going from 50 yards to 4 yards, pistol rifle transitions, different positions, shit like that. In cold. There was no warm-up or anything like that. It was my first time doing it. And I got 79 out of 100, which is, you know, well under what I wanted to. But seeing as how I haven't shot a rifle in 3 weeks, I wasn't too disappointed. All my shots were good hits, too. So I was pretty impressed with that. Yo, Nerds with Guns, what's up, brother? Love the content. How you doing today? I'm doing fucking sweet, man. I'm feeling blessed. It is a gorgeous day. The gorgeous fucking clouds are out. Just got back from the range. I was just telling, I've been really trying to focus my training and kind of get a bit, not better, you know, I mean, yes, definitely better, but enough to where I feel competent, because, you know, my chief instructor at 2 Vets, he's an incredible marksman, incredible instructor, and I'm really trying to get more acquainted with that. How are you doing? How is everyone doing in the chat, man? Put some W's for yourself in the chat. I fucking love you guys, man. There's something super special about being able to do lives with the homies. Can't wait for the range trip tomorrow. Got a sight in my new red dot. Yo! What new red dot are you using? I actually just got the PB3 from Lead and Steel, and I'm fucking loving that, man. And the LP1, really. In fact, if you're in the chat and you're a gun guy, put your EDC in the chat, man. Let's talk about our EDCs. I'm gonna try to narrow it down, try to get a couple, once I kind of get acclimated live, let's give it 5 minutes or so, but I kind of want to talk about how everyone's feeling about the Catholic Church thing. I don't want to even say that word on live. They'll fucking smite me. Gideon Omega on my full-size carry comp. If I like the way it feels, I'm going to go for SRO. SRO, fantastic. Carry optic, not the best duty optic, but, you know, it's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? If we're doing it for EDC, that's all that really matters. And I've actually heard good things. I've had the Gideon Valor, the Gideon Mediator, and the Gideon Judge XL, and I've had success with all of them. They all run really well. They all look nice. I especially like the way the Gideon Omega looks, and it's very sleek, and I dig that. The Gideon Valor was amazing. If I had a choice, you know, let's say I had a set amount of money, I would 100% choose the Gideon Valor over like the Osite S or the even EPS carry. I'd rather spend $250 on a really, really good dot and be able to spend the rest on ammo. Any good enclosed optics you would recommend? Too many options on picky. Are you looking for a larger one, like a acro size, or are you looking for like a EPS carry size? So if you're looking for the EPS carry, I definitely recommend the Gideon Valor. And Jesus, I would agree, the Wolf and the Cat are good, but they look disgusting. I absolutely despise the way Siley designed the way that looks. It is the ugliest red dot I've ever seen, but it is fucking nearly indestructible. I have beat the absolute dog piss out of my Wolf, and it's ran fine. You know, but if it's for a carry, I would definitely use a Gideon Valor Mini. That is a fantastic, fantastic red dot. It is going to stay zeroed. It's going to withstand drops of up to 10 feet. It's submersible. I dig that. Now, if you're looking for like an acro size, the best thing that I would recommend is the Lead and Steel from PB3. Or no, the PB3 from Lead and Steel. Sorry, I have dyslexia apparently. And it is fantastic, bro. I'm dead serious. It is an absolutely amazing red dot. The Gen 2 just came out, and that has, I think it's a 2 or 3 MOA dot with a circle around it. And it has this thing called Aura Wake. And Aura Wake is, what do you call it? It's where the circle of the dot goes away, and the main, like, 3 MOA dot on it, stays on for redundancy. So if ever the mechanism that operates the Aura Wake fails, you will still have a red dot that is usable, which I really love. I'd like to stay in the RMR footprint if possible, but M&P gives you a ton of plate options, so I'm gonna go with good and low shots. Okay, so dude, M&P, especially the carry comp. In fact, a buddy of mine is trying to, I don't know if I can even say this on live, but they're trying to sell me a carry to comp, and I'm definitely interested. Ilyana Kamara, what's up, dude, or madam? How are you this blessed Saturday? But yeah, so RMR, so the EPS is in RMR, I think. Yeah, I think not the EPS carry, just the EPS. That's good. I think that the Osite C that just released is, what do you call it? Is an RMR, or they have a plate for that. Nerd says, I absolutely love the carry comp 2.0. I'm looking at the shield carry comp and putting on this shield X frame. Damn, that would look hot as fuck, dude. Yeah, I'd be all in for that. Yeah, nerds, that's a great idea, man. I really do like that idea. I've seen a couple reviews on the Shield X, and I think so my wife currently is carrying the Canik Mete SF, and she likes it. It's long slide, shoots really well for her, but, you know, she doesn't like the trigger because she over pulls it. She thinks it's gonna break at a different spot because the Canik Mete pulls all the way at the back. You know what I mean? Like literally all the way at the back. So I'm not a huge fan of that. But yeah, I think the Shield X is a fantastic frame. I think Smith & Wesson is the gun manufacturer of the year. Between the carry comp, the performance center models, the competitor, the Shield X, I really do think they've absolutely murdered it this year. And, you know, dude, listen, I love Glocks. I carry a Glock 19. You know, 4 out of 7 days of the week. And I can 100% say that the M&P is as reliable as any Glock I've ever shot. Nerd says, I got my wife the Equalizer from Smith & Wesson, and she loves it. She's looking at getting the Bodyguard 2.0. Oh, dude. Yeah, I actually, I fucked up, man. I had lined up a purchase of the Bodyguard 2.0, but I ended up kind of not backing out. I just said, give me another week and let me get my money together and stuff. It's a relatively cheap gun. I was just being fucking lazy, and he ended up selling it, so that was my fault. But yeah, the Bodyguard 2.0 is, if your wife carries it, and your wife, every wife and every father, every man and woman that has children 100% should be carrying. And if this past week in the Minneapolis thing didn't fucking get you to recognize that you 100% need to be carrying something at all times, you're out of your fucking mind, dude. Like, I'm for sure not gonna allow some fucking literally God, dude, I don't want to get banned on live, man, but a person who is confused about their general and in the middle of a psychotic break to determine the safety of my children. You know what I mean? Like that's why dude, I don't even know, dude. The world is such a fucking crazy place, and it always ends up being a fucking talking point for dumb fucks. Instead of like really pointing out why it matters, it's either the assault it's an assault weapons ban, or on the right hand side, it's people. Oh shit! It's people saying, we got fucking, the trans people, they're the problem. And it's like, dude, like, here's the reality, man, is like, some people I actually do believe, I would qualify as trans. Like, they actually do feel like a man in a woman's body, or a woman in a man's body. That's how they're born. I'm cool with that, bro. I fucking do not care. But then on the other end there's people who say that they are, but they're really just perverted, psychotic fucks masquerading as that. And that's fucking lame. You know what I mean? Because not only does it remove the validity of, the plight of actual trans people, you know what I mean? Like, and dude, when I was growing up, bro, it was all about gay marriage. You know what I mean? Gay marriage, we deserve to have a right to be married. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, fuck it, fine. Nerds, I kind of went on a tangent there. Nerd says, agreed with what's going on in our country. I don't then check my mail without a pew anymore. Goddamn fucking right, nerds. That's what I'm talking about, bro. You're the fucking type of man that's gonna protect his family no matter what. You know what I mean? I don't fucking account for, luck on my end. You know what I mean? I'm gonna account for being fucking prepared. Nerd says, I need to find a flared... One second, I'm pulling it in my house right now. I need to find a flared mag wheel for my M&P full size that lets me use standard mag plate. Yeah, I think SLR is the only one that I know. But I do like, you mentioned it, Floyd's custom makes amazing mag wheel, but you have to swap out the base plates to use it. And that's what I don't... What the fuck? That's what I don't like about it. If you think about it, like, what, you're going to pay an extra, like, $80 every time you buy a mag? It's fucking crazy. Floyd's custom makes amazing... Oh, yeah, so... Nerd says, I'm listening to what you're saying, brother. I just can't put in my input. I want to stay in this platform. Yeah, dude, we're all getting censored, bro. If you look across the platform, all the views are down. I actually was talking to Johnny Q, like, last Friday. And he's like, oh, dude, this is the best month I've ever had. Dude, I get as much views as Johnny Q does, all right? And he's got millions of subscribers, so, like, that can't be true. That literally cannot be true. There might be a lot of companies sponsoring him, but all in all, you know what I mean? I don't know. Nerd says, and my carry comp came with 3 of the 23 round mags. Dude, get the fuck out of here. 3 of the 23 round mags? That's a fire fucking deal, dude. How many standard mags did it come with? That's cool, man. Damn. 23, that's like an extra $80 or more, right? I think it's $50 per 23 round mag. So you're getting fucking crazy. The Davidson's exclusive carry comp came with 3 of the 27 rounders and 3 23 rounders. Dude. That is sick. That is fucking sick, dude. That is an incredible deal. Yeah, I know you meant to say 17, sorry. And instead of the aluminum frame, it's the polymer full size. How do you like that? I don't know if I would completely jive with the if I was gonna get a new M&P, I'd probably go with the metal frame. Not only because I really like the sleekness of it. I really like how it looks. But you know what I mean? It's, you know, it's not for everyone. I know the polymer full size is great too. I carried the M&P compact for 6 months. You know what I mean? I thought that was great. In fact, I liked the M&P so much that I got 2 of them, so I could like change out the slide. So I got 1 FDE and 1 straight up black. Nerd says, I honestly prefer the polymer frame to me. It feels like it absorbs recoil better and the polymer has better stippling. See, that's the thing, is I don't like how aggressive the stippling. Dude, why is this fucking... It's like a fucking... Yeah, I don't like how aggressive the stippling is on the regular polymer, just because it gets, like, if I'm carrying it, it really scratches up my shirts on my undershirts or rubs my fucking stomach raw. Over, like, an 8-hour day. If I was carrying it for, like, you know, 2 hours, or if I was, you know, carrying it OWB or something like that, I probably would. If I buy the Spec Series and put the steel frame in, geez, it's over from there. Nerds, do you do competitive shooting? Yeah, I think that would be the best way to do it. Yeah, it's cool. I like... Damn, I wish I could show you guys. So I'm trying to... Here, you guys might be able to help me. So I have a certain amount of money to get a new gun. And I can choose between the Walter PDP with a compact and a 5-inch barrel, which I think is fucking crazy. That's going to be super low recoil. Or I get to buy the CZP07. But I don't know if the CZP07 is the newer one with optic ready. So I would either have to go get it cut or something like that. Nerd says, I've never had a chance to try a competition. I might have to look in the Kansas City area for competition. PDP was my next choice before the M&P. It's really nice. Dude, so Kyle, the chief instructor at the place I work at, Two Vets Development Group, if you don't know, fantastic company. We do shit all over the Midwest. I think we're going to North Carolina in October. Then we're doing Ohio. And then we have a CQB course, December something. So that's going to be great. But yeah, he has a Walter PDP, and dude, I have shot it, and especially with the deep dynamic performance trigger, it is fucking amazing. Yo, the life of Ron, you handsome son of a gun. Rasta Ron, my boy. If you guys don't know the life of Ron, which if you fucking know me, there's absolutely you have to know life of Ron. You know what I mean? Great, fantastic YouTube channel, super honest, super humble. And dude, every time I'm in a picture next to him, I have never felt worse about being fat. yeah, the CSX E-Series is really nice too. Nerds, I did get a chance to hold one of those, and I really, really, really like it. But if I had enough money to get the CSX E-Series and the PDP, if I had enough to get 2 guns, I would definitely do the CSX. But if I can only get one, it's between the PDP or the CZP-07. In fact, Ron, while you're in here, brother, which I deeply, deeply appreciate you even being in here, could you tell me, what would you get? Would you get a CZP-07 with a holster and a light and everything already, or would you go with a PDP 5-inch? Because I'm really stuck. I'm torn right now, because I was going to go for the P07 initially, but then a buddy offered the PDP. My vote would be for PDP. Sure, nothing against CZ, but Walter hit a home run with the PDP series. Dude, I know. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I don't have any excuses with either of those. Damn it, Ron. Don't you know, bro? You're supposed to make decisions for me. I can't make a decision unless a popular YouTuber tells me. God, dude, don't you understand I'm a gun consumer? Ha! Classic. But really, I'm serious. Yeah, I'm pissed the guy offered the PDP to me, man, because it's like, how do I even do that? You know what I mean? Like, I had my mind set. I'm gonna get this P07. It comes with a T-Rex Arms holster. I really like it. And then he's like, well, I can give you this too. So now I'm like, now I'm trying to decide what I get. You know what I mean? But yeah. Oh, Nerd says, like Coleon Noir said, we are in the golden age of carry guns. So many amazing options. And not a lot of duds recently. Absolutely. I think between, you know, SIG dumping the bed. And dude, what is the gun for you're wanting to get? And what is your budget? Ron, my budget is, I would say 700, but both the options I mentioned are about 600. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I guess let's say 650 if I had that choice. And I completely agree. We are in the golden age of carry guns, 100%. I think I give SIG a lot of credit for making the P365 as popular, because I think that forced other companies to innovate. But I've shot a fistload of P365s, and absolutely not one P365 blew me away. Nerd says, oh yeah, I heard that. So he says, my second favorite carry gun is currently the AirX Delta Gen 2. It's cheap, and it's just so nice. I'd go with the factory ported XF from Fusion Firearms. I was looking at that, bro. I was looking at that. But I would try to, I don't know. I do like the XF, especially with the interchangeable grip panels. I really, really like that. I think that is super ingenious. Dude, it's just, Fusion has been knocking it out of the park recently, and I know they're coming out with the comped version, and I think if I'm gonna get something from Fusion, I'm gonna save up and get the comped XP Pro. Ooh, Nerd says the Apollo 2011 is also on my watch list. Found one for under 1,000 cashews, and it's slick. Yes, Ron is kind of my go-to for 2011s. Ron, have you had any experience with the Apollo? Is the Fusion one that takes Glock mags? Yes, the Fusion XP Pro. I think the XP and XF take Glock mags. Yeah. God, I hate that guy. Yeah, so dude, I completely, I do like the idea of the XF, but I've been wanting a P07 or a PDP for a while, and I already have a Glock 19 that I have completely decked out. Ron, I have heard absolutely the exact same thing. If you're getting an Apollo, especially the new, not even especially, in particular the new ones, you have to change a lot of stuff out. I think the trigger comes normal, but you have to like polish the feed rams. You have to either fix the extractor, some springs in there. I know it to get it running as reliable. And think about it. If I can get a XP Pro from Fusion for 900, yeah, I've heard the exact same thing, Ron. If I can get an XP from Fusion for 900, it's just such a hard sell to get something unreliable for less than that. You know what I mean? At least in the 2011 market. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of 2011s. I think they're really hot. I do not like the XP Pro's grip. I wish they would have went with a polymer grip that I could, because it feels better in your hand. Like for example, like a Staccato C, or even the T-Sauce, like double stack 1911, they have like this polymer grip texture that's very, not aggressive, but like it's like a grip tape feel to it. And I feel like when my hands get sweaty, that XP really, I have to really improve my grip on my support hand. But that's just me. Yeah, I don't know. I think I am, unless something completely pops up and changes my mind, I'm probably going to lean towards the PDP or the P07. But yeah. So before I hopped off, because I gotta go in and see my baby girl, before I go on, I just wanted to tell everyone here, the 10 people that are here, man, it is 100% on us to protect our families. There is going to be no one at no point who is going to, at a drop of a hat, get between you and a bullet, except you and your wife are the only people that are going to protect your children. You know what I mean? And I'm so sick of seeing some crazy shit like that happened this last week, man. And it's not just the trans people, you know what I mean? Even though they have been responsible for a fuckload of them in the past couple of years, it's just people are sick, man. People are fucking sick, you know what I mean? And everyone here who actually that understands the concept of being our own first responders. Like, sometimes we're gonna have to make some sacrifices. We're gonna have to go train early in the morning when we could sleep in. Sometimes we're gonna have to spend some money on ammo. Sometimes we're gonna, have to change the way we dress. Maybe we're gonna have to buy bigger shirts to get something that we can actually fight with. Of course, we want de-escalation, you know what I mean? Like, be able to have a conversation with someone. Tell all humans that you love them. Every person is a child of God, and I completely understand that. You know what I mean? But when someone has it in their mind that they want to hurt, dude, you fucking think about what kind of insane shit you got to go through in your head to say it's okay to hurt children. You know what I mean? They're probably going to be beyond talking to. I care so much about the Second Amendment and the people in the Second Amendment community, you know what I mean? Because I feel like not only do we have a unique perspective, and, sometimes we can be cynical, you know what I mean? Sometimes we totally can be cynical, we're not, sometimes we can look at the world as a dark place, and sometimes it certainly can be. You know what I mean? But sometimes we also have to look at the reality of the world and what is out there waiting for us. And most of all, waiting for our children. We have to set an example. We have to show one another and be there for one another. because sometimes the decisions that we have to make and the sacrifice that we have to make as fathers in particular, it can be a lot. You know what I mean? We can get into some dark places. We can go to some dark rabbit holes. You know, we feel alone. We feel left out. We feel it can be paranoid or situationally aware. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to call it. You know, but I love you guys. I really, really appreciate you stopping by for my live. I'm going to go in and kiss my little girl. If you guys are all interested, I might hop back on later tonight. Or you know, or not. Something. And Ron, I'll text you. I know that I have to meet up with you and we have to do a thermal video, and I'll definitely do that. I'm sorry I haven't been on you about that. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Stay blessed. If you need me, you know how to get a hold of me. Comment on my videos, tell me you need to talk. I'll fucking be right there for you. And I'm not talking about no fake shit. When I say I'm going to be there for you, I'm going to be there for you. All right?